The high-profile disappearance of Nancy Guthrie has brought new attention to the world of cryptocurrency, with multiple ransom notes sent to media outlets demanding payment in Bitcoin in exchange for Guthrie or her whereabouts. But what exactly is cryptocurrency? It's digital money that only exists online. It operates on a network or blockchain rather than being controlled by a bank. It allows person-to-person transactions and uses a public ledger to record transactions. Crypto is most frequently used for online payments or investments.
It's multiple layers and it's hard. It's very time consuming.
Crypto expert Robert Hackensmith tells us every transaction is tracked and verified.
Anytime that you buy it, anytime you sell it, anytime that you use it to buy a product or a service, anytime that you convert it from one coin or token to another, it is identified as you touching it. That's how it works.
So why exactly would criminals use crypto if it's easily tracked? A cybersecurity expert says it's not that simple. A lot of criminals have found creative ways to avoid being traced. They'll use multiple crypto wallets and addresses to obscure their identity. Funds can be transferred globally, almost instantly, and if some IP addresses are hidden, they can be harder to locate. Once a transaction is confirmed, it's extremely difficult to reverse.
If you think about, for example, identity theft, cyber criminals might literally steal someone's identity, and that might include their access to something like Coinbase, and then use the victim's Coinbase to receive stolen funds and move it somewhere else, the same way that they used to do it with wire transfers.
Another crypto expert told us criminals will keep moving their crypto over and over and over again, making it harder and harder to trace. We'll see whether the supposed abductors in the Nancy Guthrie case get caught because of any mistakes they make along the way. Jared, Nicole.